pretty interesting growing up with my parents being the co-founders of Greenpeace. In some ways, it was really obviously normal. You know, mom and dad, we actually lived in kind of a suburban area outside of Toronto. You know, went to school, had my friends. It was pretty normal growing up in some respects, but in other respects, completely abnormal. My dad would go off on campaigns. At that point, he was joining campaigns with Sea Shepherd and occasionally with Greenpeace still. And you know, he'd go off kind of like a soldier, but a soldier for the planet, you could say. And I get these wild reports from my dad out at sea, helping to stop illegal fishing vessels and helping to save the oceans at large. So it was pretty incredible growing up that way. And it was also incredible as a kid because, you know, when I talked to my parents about I wanted to save the world, you know, they didn't pat me on the head and think, that's cute, honey.
Yeah,
You'll grow up and, you know, get a job and be serious. They encouraged me fully and told me to absolutely go for it.
We're having Emily here because we're in the middle of a week-long celebration of sustainability, sustainable foods, sustainable actions, sustainable footprints. We're really trying to hit all action points, I guess, if you will. And Emily's a part of that. And I think really the biggest thing that Emily will be able to bring is sort of a reminder that people can enact change and they can have an impact.
I'm part of this new generation of change makers. We've heard a lot about past social movements of the 1960s, 1970s, you know, from the environmental movement to the feminist movement to the civil rights movement. And these were very important pieces of history, absolutely. But I feel like the story of our generation is beginning. It's beginning to be written, beginning to be told, but it's not being heard, at least on a mainstream level. Being a second generation activist myself and being a part of this new generation story, I want to tell the story that I don't think is being heard. Showing a youth face and voice is a lot more relatable than maybe necessarily even the project itself, or even great heroes like David Suzuki or Vandana Shiva, because a young person can relate to another young person a lot more and like see themselves in that person a lot more. So if they can see that this person has achieved, say, a biogas anaerobic digester on campus, you know, and reduced the energy means of the campus by X amount, you know, they're going to feel a lot more inspired in seeing that. And so I feel like we need to celebrate this new generation more and give them a platform to speak and have their voices and faces heard and seen.